What's up everybody, it's Robin Gaming here. So you might have noticed that I've not been really uploading any videos these last couple of days. Basically I decided that after the launch of Uncharted 4, I stayed a little quiet just so that people could actually get through the game themselves before I really started making all these videos where I can talk about spoilers in the game and stuff. The game now has been out for, what is it now, 5 or 6 days, right? So I think by now most of you will have beaten the game, and so it's time for me to start doing my spoiler cast videos. So last final warning for people watching this video who haven't beaten the game yet. Click away, because I'm going to be ruining things for you if you haven't beaten the game, obviously, because we're gonna start right off with the ending, and then over the next couple of days you'll see more parts of this spoiler cast going up, basically, where we can talk about pretty much everything from, just the like story in general, to characters, to locations, that kind of stuff. So definitely also let me know your ideas in the comments. What would you like to see me talk about Uncharted 4 in my spoiler cast series? And yeah, then it's probably going to be something like a series of about 5 parts or something in total, so it's going to be really cool. Anyway, let's start off talking about the thing that most people want me to obviously talk about, and that's the ending of Uncharted 4. It feels great that I can finally actually start mentioning it. To quickly summarize it, what of course happens at the end, we get this big, kind of like confrontation between Drake and Rafe, of course. Nadine decides to bail out completely and just leave them behind, while Sam is actually like trapped by this beam, right? And then we get this epic sword fight, which was completely what I predicted, so that felt like a really cool moment, just playing it myself and then realizing, oh shit, we're actually going to get a sword fight. That is super cool, and I saw it coming, so that was awesome. Which of course, Drake wins in the end, and where we might in the end also think that while Rafe is dead, and Sam actually might as well die in that very same moment, Drake manages to just get Sam out, right? He manages him to, or just by shooting this cannon, water starts coming up, and he's able to escape together with Nathan Drake. So in the end, nobody is dead, everybody survives, and it's kind of like so weird to see, because many of us predicted that at least one big character would be dying in this game, and you've probably seen my review in which I mentioned that I found the ending to be slightly disappointing, and although the ending is very well done and stuff, it was just like, because I just really like expected, at least one character to die, or to really for something to have that big of an impact. Seeing us just not get that in the end was the thing that kind of disappointed me slightly, but then again, it is an ending that I'm definitely satisfied about, and we haven't gotten to the epilogue yet, of course, which is probably the biggest thing. Who we see revealed there is of course Cassie, which is Nathan Drake's and Elena's daughter, and yeah, she's like this, it takes place pretty much about, I would say, 12-13 years later. That's her age at the same time as well, pretty much like that, and yeah, they are like living happily ever after, right, in this, next to the beach and stuff, which is really quite cool. And then she finds out about pretty much all the things that Drake and Elena did. They really like held it secret for her, and yeah, once she finds out, they have to pretty much spill the beans and everything and exactly talk about what happens, and it leaves a lot of possibilities open, even for sequels, right? This might be the end of Nathan Drake's story, but I was honestly surprised with the way Naughty Dog has left it open for, a different company or whatever to still, if they want to, pick it up at some time in the future. Maybe in 10 years from now, we'll see a new Uncharted game that, uses Cassie as the main character, of course. She's gonna be kind of like this, she's probably gonna be older, and she might very much remind us of, like main characters like Lara Croft, right, kind of. At the same time, of course, yeah, Sam makes that alive, Sully does too, and it seems they're kind of hooking up together at the end to work on all these things. Sam himself wanted to get back into the treasure hunting scene still, and Nathan Drake literally tells him he still left some mystical cities open for him to explore, right? So it's honestly quite surprising, where it is the end for Nathan Drake and it is the end for Uncharted the way we know it. There is nothing ruled out right now at all, in my opinion, that that might still be in Uncharted, but I'm pretty sure, time will have to pass first. It could definitely be like 5 to 10 years before we'll even see a new game, if we do at all, right? So yeah, anyway, what I wanted to get into, right, I was satisfied with it. Normally I'm a really big sucker for happy endings. That's actually what I really enjoy, and these days I find it funny to say that people said they found it very respectable that Naughty Dog ended it off happily, because so many other TV shows and movies these days have really, characters die a lot in the end, and coming with these completely unexpected endings, while Naughty Dog decided to pretty much stay very much you know, in line with what they did with the previous games and stuff, and I respect that as well. And yeah, once again, I do like happy endings, so it's definitely not that I was not pleased by that. At the same time, I feel like there could have been something, you know, that might have had an impact. This game really was promoted by them to be that Uncharted game where Drake is forced back into the scene and it's going to have its consequences. What it turned out in the end is really, it didn't have any consequences at all, to be honest. There's really not that much, you know, that has changed about his life or something like that, right? And the only thing is that he got someone else back, which is Sam. So yeah, in the end, I think it's just very happy, and it's completely not what I expected from it. And that's maybe, you know, because I had been covering this game for so long, and you know, also speculating myself about what the ending could be to this franchise that I love so much, where I truly care about the characters. I almost started telling myself that this was the way it was going to be. We would see, you know, one of the main characters die, whether it was Sam or Elena, that forces Drake to pretty much, you know, retire completely and be very much done with it. Yeah, it just didn't happen, right? And you know, that's just, I feel like it's still, you know, it would have been nice if we got something that did have that impact. At the same time, this very happy ending, I'm very satisfied with it as well, but yeah, it's still kind of a double feeling that I currently have about it, because if you really think about it, less people died in this game than ever before. I mean, Uncharted 1, Eddie Raja, Roman and Navarro, all three of them die. Uncharted 2, Lazarevich and Flynn, you know, both of them die. In Uncharted 3, we have Talbot and Marlowe, and both of those also die. And then here in this fourth and final game, where the consequences and the stakes are bigger than ever, there's less people dying than ever before. I mean, it's only Rafe and Nadine, you know, Nadine herself manages to get away. So it's a very big shift, actually, in that way. From simply what Naughty Dog made us expect, made us think what would happen, especially also with the subtitle, A Thief's End and stuff. And if you think about it this way, you could also argue that the epilogue that we saw could have just taken place right after Uncharted 3. Did this fourth game really have some kind of, you know, meaning to it, or real reason for it to exist in the end? If you think about it, the epilogue once again could have happened after Uncharted 3 and nothing would have really changed, except for, of course, you know, the introduction of the character Sam. But yeah, and Sam is of course used to kind of like expose Nathan Drake's past and stuff, and they got, you know, they were actually called Morgan, that was their last name, right? We finally learned that and stuff. But you know, just purely talking about the end result and what it all led into, that could have happened right after Uncharted 3 and it would have been the exact same way. So, you know, that is the only thing that kind of has me a little dissatisfied. That was the thing I talked about that I found to be disappointing. But at the same time, the ending is very well done. It's great. It completely falls in line with the other games, and therefore I think over time, and also right now already, I'm starting to be fine with it more and more. You know, as time progresses, I'm like, yeah, you know what, this would have been the perfect ending for it, really, and the one that just fits in the end the most. So yeah, with that being said, that is the very first part of my Uncharted 4 spoilercast. Hope you like this. Of course, I want to know your thoughts on the ending of Uncharted 4. What did you think about it? Were you satisfied? Are you kind of, you know, kind of feeling like me, a little mixed on it, or are you super disappointed by it? Yeah, just let me know down in the comments what did you think of the ending of Uncharted 4, and then actually you can watch me stream the game, the single player for Uncharted 4, every single day for the next couple of days, as I'm trying to pretty much, you know, get the 100% trophies. So I'm actually doing my crushing playthrough right now, so it's going to be really cool. Look forward to that. Watch me on Twitch, twitch.tv/RobinElio, and then that was it for today's, yeah, first episode of the Uncharted 4 spoilercast. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope to see you again next time.